Well, Milwaukee has a number of distinctions that we're not necessarily proud of. It's for several years been known as the most segregated city in America. 3 out of the last 4 years, it's been listed as the worst place for African-American children. So when you look at the educational rates, you look at crime, you look at employment rates, things of that nature, it's a tough, tough place to grow up.
This neighborhood center was built to support kids in the neighborhood, give them an outlet, keep them out of trouble.
And it's been a place that people for generations call home. T-John Lucas would be one of those people.
3rd grade, I was playing basketball there in the basketball league, and Mr. McHenry, who was like my mentor, another father to me, saw me there and has helped me ever since. He saw talent in me.
It's safe to say that he was at this facility 5 to 6 days a week from the time that he first walked in till the time he graduated high school and left for college.
Yes, he have had friends that lived on the other side of the fence. He would not get involved in those things that his friends were doing. He would stay in this gym, use this gym as a safe haven. And it takes a strong-minded individual to know where you're going, keep in perspective that, hey, I love y'all, but that's not me.
The Silver Spring Center offered nothing but positive, and then you have a great person like Mr. McHenry that was over it. So that definitely saved his life, because I don't think he would have made it because there's too many distractions. It's like you can go outside your door and walk maybe 2 or 3 blocks, and there's someone selling drugs. There's someone getting killed like 2 blocks away.
But also, every time we hear about one of his friends or his teammates going to jail or getting in trouble or getting shot, it's just a reminder of how precious the opportunity that he has, and just make him even more committed to just keep grinding, keep working, so that he can create the life that he wanted for himself.
It's just very hard to make it out of there, and when you do, the community celebrates you and embraces it, and it's a kind of a big deal. When I graduated, only 4 people from the whole state of Wisconsin went Division I for basketball. And it was only 1 in the whole city of Milwaukee, and that was me. And so, it's something I look back on and what keeps me motivated every day.
That city means a ton to him. And that's exactly why in the middle of the summer, he went to Coach Pope and he's like, Coach, I have to go to this parade. I need to be with the team, but I need to be with my city. And then, you're watching his Instagram stories when the Bucks bus is driving right by and he's sitting front row. For him to have a leap of faith and fly out here to Provo, Utah, and to put BYU on his chest means a lot in terms of what he's willing to sacrifice.
He's bounced around a number of times, went to 2 different high schools and 3 different colleges. And at the same time, I think everyone would say that he's a tremendously loyal person. But circumstances and situations arose that were outside of his control in every one of those situations. And he had the courage and the willingness to step back and say, is this right for me? And if the answer was no, then he wanted to go pursue what is the best situation for him. And with each of those choices, I really think T-John made the right decision.
So T-John Lucas was an incredibly sought-after transfer. He's 2 years at Illinois, 2 years at Milwaukee, unbelievable numbers. Everybody's looking for a veteran guard that can kind of steady their team. Kansas jumped in late. He was recruited by everybody. And the first time I called him, we were just in the midst of trying to see if Alex felt like he was gonna come back. And so I told him in the first call, the first time I talked to him, I'm like, hey, T, listen, I'm a huge fan. I've watched a ton of film. We've talked to a bunch of coaches that coach you. They're all so complimentary. I think you could be great here, but if what you're looking for in your last year of college basketball is to have the ball in your hand all the time and to get all the shots, that's just not happening here. It's not what we do. It's not who we are. It's not how we play. Fully 100% expecting that I was just gonna hear him hang up the phone.
At the end of the day, like I've said, every stop, it wasn't about me having the ball in my hand 40 minutes. I've done that, had the ball in my hand for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and watching the NCAA tournament and teams over the years, I figured that the most important thing was winning. And so I told Coach, hey, if it's the right fit, I'm willing to look into it more, and I wanted to see how you guys can help me develop as a person and a player, and ultimately, BYU had the best plan for me at the end of the day.
Basketball has taught him to be humble, to be patient, to care about other people's feelings. There's no I in team.
He got that it factor in him. He got that type of charisma about him that it brings out the best in everybody, and it changes people who don't believe in themselves. He'll make you a believer. That's what makes him so special.
I'm a product of my environment wherever I am. I've learned at Illinois, at Milwaukee, and now at BYU, to embrace relationships and help give back and help others be successful in life. And that's something I want to be able to do at the end of the road when the ball stops bouncing, and that's start my own community center. So I want to be able to help those who help me, and then also help those who don't necessarily see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to be known for somebody that gave it its all and was somebody about the people and not just about himself. And so I hope my game and my actions reflect that.